Hey, what's up, everybody? Good morning. I am leaving the coffee house with my second cup morning brew. I'm gonna leave my bike there. Should be safe. It is safe, I know. It's funny. I was just gonna comment about how Quincy seems quieter today, and then as soon as I think that, we got a whole flurry of cars. But that, it is quieter than it has been last few days. My only question is, right now, at this moment, is do I want to go to the gym and pay for the day pass and take a sauna and all that? I got about $50 left. And the thing about Quincy, on the weekends, there's no real charity of any kind. Like, you can avail yourself of a food bank or the crisis center is closed on Friday. Food bank is open today at 10. But yeah, excuse me, a little itch. But yeah, I have a praise report. My situation has improved vastly overnight. Thank God, praise God. My friend Dove has hooked me up with a place to stay that, if we play our cards right, will not be hassled with or altered in any way or threatened to be taken. This safe place to stay indoors, and it's good just in time because we have rain and snow coming this weekend. And up till now, it's funny because I get these intimations, these feelings in my spirit that things are about to change, or that my spot is about to get blown up, or people tell me straight up that they're going to have me like arrested for trespassing. My daughter's husband, for example. And by the way, Teresa, what's up with that, man? I'm just on a human level, and disregard everything I've ever said or done. Just on a human level, like, that's not cool. It's just not cool. Like me or not, or hate me or whatever, you don't ever increase the suffering of another human and get away with it. Excuse me, I got an itch. So it's a nice fall day here. Really cold this morning. I think the moisture in the air, the fog, just added to the coldness. Oh, tonight, by the way, I'm excited. Tonight is, let me show y'all, is the book release for a book about Ishi, the last Yahi. I'm going to go show you the flyer here at the museum at 6 o'clock. So that's my plan for the night. Just trying to cross the street here. Yeah, 6 o'clock here at the museum, Plumas County Museum. Scott Lawson, the director, I went to school with him, to FRC with Scott. So let's show you this book launch. Yeah, book launch for this book. And in order for me to, can you see that? Book launch event. Oh, it's shaded in the window. Tonight, Richard Burrell presents Ishi is Given a Second Life. Oh, it's at the library at 6 o'clock. Oh, dang. I'm not sure if I'm allowed there. Maybe I'll wear a disguise or something. Sneak in the back. You ever notice that one thing about the Gospels, about Jesus in the Gospels, is he was really good at hiding. Coming into a crowd, saying some really radical shit, rising up, pissing off a bunch of people, and then like a Jedi just disappearing into the crowd. It happened like over and over. I don't know if you'd ever noticed that. Has anybody ever thought about that? A real Jedi. I like this lavender. It's almost like wild. With the grass. That's not bad. That's well done. It's native. It's a native grass and French lavender. So we like these things. Looks good. Looks good. Food Not Lawns, y'all. As my one-time friend Heather Jo Flores started an organization in Eugene called Food Not Lawns, and she now lives in Spain, but she apparently doesn't like me anymore. I don't know. I don't know. I seem to rub people the wrong way in so many like unintentional ways. I just, whatever. Here I am. Okay. Okay, I have a place to stay. I am situated for the winter as long as I don't ruffle any feathers or make myself too obvious or make myself too comfortable. There was no heat or water or electricity, but it was indoors. The heat might be solved today with some propane. Electricity could be solved with an extension cord, but that might be too obvious. And it's really sad that we have to tiptoe around the hatreds and judgments. Oh, there's a hitching post right here. Nice. That's an old school hitching post. It's where you'd hitch your horse. You're in town. Never noticed that. Jeez, I never noticed that for 30-something years. Never noticed that. Funny how you notice things. Maybe some, I don't know, built that recently, but it looks original. Oh, okay. I'm glad I'm getting away from there because the county worker, he's got the gas-powered 2-stroke leaf blower. Blow the leaves over there. Don't sweep them. Don't do it peacefully and quietly. Let's aggravate everybody. Agitate and aggravate. And if you've been watching any of my videos, you know that I'm a 200 yards away, and it's obnoxious. Maybe I haven't even thought of this. Maybe you all like the sound of industry because it makes you feel like if you're staying busy, you don't have to face what's inside, the noise inside your head. Because I understand the noise inside your head can be troubling, facing your thoughts and your shadow and your weaknesses and your, wow, I'm still walking away and it just seems to be getting louder. That's impressive. That's an impressive level of mental pollution, noise pollution, and aggravation. It is really actually quite impressive, the lengths you'll go to avoid facing yourself. They're very far. I understand that. I spent 2.5 years in a trailer in Idaho dealing with myself, facing my shadow, integrating it, processing it, and watching a lot of competitive Tetris. No joke, actually. That was how I passed my time because, I needed something to soothe my mind, and watching the blocks fall in that game, and skillfully maneuvered. So scratch an itch inside me that I didn't know I had. It's interesting. That game is very, very indicative. It's like, to me, it's like on the original Matrix where I think it's Locke, the guy at the controls, and he watches the code fall, and you can see messages in the code. That's how Tetris looks to me. And I'm very good at Tetris, so I actually have entertaining a small dream of infiltrating the ranks of competitive Tetris players, but they're all really young, typically in their teens. So I don't think there's anybody over 40 who's in the top 100 in the world. So maybe I could be. I don't know. But there's a competition every year. It used to be in Portland. Now it's in Pasadena. The Classic Tetris World Championships, where the grand prize this year was $10,000. I think it was Alex Thatch won it this year. Very impressive young player. A bit hyper, which that's to be expected, I suppose. They've altered the code of the game to increase the speed at the final level from that level 19 to level 29. They doubled the speed again. And then they actually added a super kill screen that doubles the speed again, and nobody can play that, but like barely. But it's fun to watch. I just got into it. And that's what I was doing. I was going through my dark night of the soul, working just enough to stay fed and alive. I was interviewed for disability for my autism and qualified, actually. The interviewer said, "Yeah, you absolutely qualify. Just go through the motions and get the paperwork." And I got to that point, and I was like, I had an interview with Social Security and all this. And I did not want to welcome that level of interference into my life. Although most people disagree with me, I could use $1,200 a month. Well, that would certainly make my life more comfortable. But I think we've proven in this day and age that, comfort isn't like good for us. We live in a time where all our basic needs are pretty much met all the time. It's very easy to meet them, typically. I know people are struggling financially, but what I'm getting at is the technology and the lifestyle and the comforts and the conveniences are so readily available to us that we forget what it's like to be out and exposed and living, hand to mouth, day by day. I find I get much stronger living like this. Much, much stronger. It's not always fun. It's not always pleasant. I'd rather have a reliable place that's mine. I can decorate and have the spices that I want, and the cookware that I want, and the heating situation that I want, the lighting that I want. I love all those things. I've actually really, really enjoyed last winter setting up my RV so that it was the cozy location. I wish I could actually get some videos off my Facebook, put them onto my YouTube. You can see these videos of how just an oasis of calm and serenity my RV was. And what really breaks my heart, it really actually breaks my heart, that my brother came in after I went south to San Diego, and all he saw was filth and the leftovers, because I was there with Dolly Sue, and she's very messy, extremely messy, and left a trail. Like, I couldn't keep up with her. We had 2 puppies and the whole thing. It was a lot. So, walking by, you got to pick up the trash. If I'm there, I shouldn't be there. Pick it up. Move it on. Oh, I love the smell of wood smoke. And that's why he was, felt compelled or justified or obligated to ransack the whole thing, throw everything away, take 5 loads to the dump, not even consider that those things have value they had in the trailer. A lot of, like I said, my spices, for example, just my spices, just my collection of jars of apothecary tools, etc. My cannabis oils, oh my God, we're hundreds of dollars of spices. I don't go into your house and throw your things away. I would not even ever consider doing that. I would store them for you. I would collect them. If you left a verified mess somewhere, an obvious mess, let me slow down. I would never consider making your life harder. There's this thing in my family where it's like they've adopted this principle, and Amber, Kenny, David, they've all adopted this principle of, I need tough love. I need tough love. What is tough love exactly? It doesn't make any sense to me. If you love something, you love something. If you love someone, you want to help them. You don't try to make their life more difficult. You don't go into their RV and gather everything that they collected for 2.5 years. I had probably 50 green glass bottles from sake. That it was the best way to store water because it's UV protection. I had those full of water. I was in all clear glass. I don't like it, dude. I don't like that guy. Looks like just a blazing tweaker in town driving a construction truck around, mad dogging me every time he drives by. So, win some, you lose some kind of thing. But, I had collected a lot of things. Blankets, sleeping bags, tents, backpacks, jackets, winter gear, stoves, fuel, spices, candles, movies, music, instruments. He threw it all away. I guess he must have saved some stuff of his own stuff. I think it's funny. I just think it's really funny, and it's heartbreaking. It's not funny, but I think it's funny that it was his RV I was buying from him. I paid $1,100 out of $5,000 agreed upon balance, and I'd gone south to make the money from gathering sage to make a large payment and hopefully have it paid off by Christmas. And I would have my own RV, and then I would fix the transmission and put some tires on it and drive it here. That was the kind of the overall gist of where I was going with all this. But he stepped in within 2 weeks of me leaving and did his thing. So I don't know how that benefited him in any way, other than maybe the sense of like self-righteousness he was expressing. It's just fucked up. I mean, you can't excuse that behavior. That's what a pig does. Roots in other people's shit. That's why we call cops pigs. They're rooting other people's shit. So my brother missed his calling as a shitty cop. And, what it does present to me is this challenge. It's a real challenge of processing all this anger I have towards my own brother and turning that into love somehow. Well, in 1 John talks about if you don't love your brother who you see, how can you claim to love God who you don't see? You're a liar. I'm like, whoa, hold on a second there, John. Hold on, get off your high horse, because you don't know what my brother did to me. My brother, Kenneth Paul Caparelli, Paul named after the apostle. That's intentional. And you're really racing around, aren't you? Nice little diesel Jetta, but going too fast. The apostle Paul, you made me homeless. It's like you waited for me to get my feet back under me and grow like a young shoot, like a young tree, like a sapling. And I was probably in my teenage phase, but as a rebuilding my life, reintegrating back into society, becoming a productive member of society. I was house sitting, working on a farm. I was donating plasma to pay my rent. I was doing all these things and I had a system down, had a whole scenario that was working for me. I couldn't stand the winters. They sucked. So cold in Idaho. How cold was it? Let me tell you. So cold in my RV, that my 6-gallon aluminum water heater tank exploded from the inside out from the ice. It's 13 below, and that's what happens when it gets below zero and 10 below zero. You can't possibly live in an RV when it's 13 below zero. Not sustainable. Just doesn't work. So, nice for a vacation, nice for a trip, nice for 2 weeks in the summer, maybe a couple months, but you can't live in an RV in Idaho. It just doesn't work. So I'm here in Quincy, where the winters are still cold, but it's nothing like that. And this is what I was going to say was funny. In his RV, and by the way, I've noticed that I don't often finish my thoughts in these little vlogs. These are like my little therapy sessions. I don't often finish what I started talking about. So I will wrap a bow on this one and say, I thought it was really funny that after the water heater exploded, he ordered one and we waited like a month for it to show up, and like 2-3 months for him to even have the time to come put it in. It was the wrong one. How did you replaced it 3 times? Why would you order the wrong one? Well, they were too expensive now. Well, it's a lot more expensive to get the wrong one, isn't it? It's $450 for the wrong one when it was $600 for the right one. Get the right one, and you don't waste the $450. So I just have a issue with my brother, and and I also have an issue with myself, the fact that I harbor this anger towards him. And you made me homeless. That is not the safe way to do things. So that was the walk from the coffee house to Safeway. I think I expressed a solid morning therapy session and vlog. You get some idea of where I'm at. I'm in a better situation now than I was yesterday. Doing pretty good. I got a little tipsy yesterday walking up the hill. That's fine. I worked it out. I'm doing good. Slept good. It was cold in the RV. I wish I had some heat. But it's indoors. And we got rain coming, so that's good. I'm no longer needing to post up across the street. I'm still not going to tell you where that is. It's not across the street. It's somewhere over there. Chandler. Okay. I don't like you. But it's neither here nor there. It doesn't matter. Just leave me alone, do your thing, and I'll do mine. Take care of my daughter, and whatever. Just leave me alone. You mean nothing to me, never have, never will. God bless America, y'all. Over and out.